Hello, young lady, here in this video. Well, it happened again. That's right. Of course it happened again. We didn't expect it not to happen again, right? But anyhow, this is I've got a news report I'm going to show you. You'll find everything else underneath and more, okay? But what we have here is, it was a guy that was stabbing his wife. Okay, and that's right. Yeah, he's really in love with her, you know. She was in love with him, you know. But you know what I see wrong here, okay? Well, for one, we already know this is going to happen because you people don't know what love is. But there's something I've always observed about 90% of the stories that are pushed out on the media, mainstream media. And I want you to think about this. They only tell you one side of the story. That's right. Ain't that what they always do, is one side of the story? You know there's two sides to every story. Actually, there's three sides to every story, okay? There's three sides. There's his side, there's her side, and there's the truth. Truth falls in between, because if she lies and he lies, you don't know what's going on. But if one or the other's honest and the other one ain't, then you know what I'm saying. Okay? But just the same, the media only reports one side, okay? And so I got some things to show you. Okay? You'll see the entire news report, but this is happened again where the neighbor or whatever went over there and was screaming and went in on, the guy was stabbing his wife with a knife, okay? So, but there's some things in this news story that I caught besides the one-sidedness, them not telling the truth here. So, it ain't that they're not telling the truth, they're just not reporting the other side of the story. Only reporting one side of the story, okay? So, watch up. I've got something to show you, and I'll be right back with you.
Trying to kill his wife. He has past history of doing it, so why would he stop now?
Yes, he's trying to abuse his wife or hurt his wife, kill his wife. He has a past history of doing this to his wife, so why would he stop now? Okay, I want you to think about that statement. He has a past history of doing this onto his wife, so why would he stop now? So, of course we know there's no justification for him stabbing her, so therefore he's in the wrong. But there's something we always leave out, and that's what the media always leaves out too. And that's the words, he has a past history of abusing his wife. Now watch this.
Ablett says this isn't the first time Bourdon has abused his wife.
He used to beat her, put her in the hospital. He has prior domestic abuse.
Court records show that Rebekah filed for 2 protective orders against her husband in 2008. Ablett says Rebekah is in the process of filing for a divorce, and Bourdon threatened to hurt her several times before he actually did.
Okay, do you see what's wrong with this picture? You should have already seen it by now, okay? 2 incidences in 2008. This is 2010. The end of 2010. They're still together. What do you wonder why she's still together with him? Well, because she has to have her bad boy. She has to have her bad boy. She couldn't have a guy that would treat her with respect and love her for who she is. No, she couldn't have that. And then the other thing that they don't tell you about here, what do you suppose led him to stab her in the back? What do you suppose led to him stabbing her? What do you suppose led to this? Do you suppose she was just the innocent angel and she treated him like a king and she done nothing wrong? Not. It takes 2 people to fight. And if you don't believe it takes 2 people to fight, then I want you to fight with yourself and see how far you get, okay? Go ahead. Fight yourself. See how far you get. This is what I'm talking about. The media only reports one side of the whole story. And like always, because he's the one that's doing the hurting of her, he's the criminal, he's the villain. Well, of course he's wrong for doing what he's doing, but you always forget the other side of the story. What led him to do it? Don't you suppose it was probably her mouth? The way she treats people? Don't you suppose she probably led into a lot of drama? She knew what strings to pull, what buttons to push to really fire him up and piss him off. She enjoyed it. She had her bad boy. She had to change him. And she was enjoying it because it was a challenge, because she was in love. That's right. And he was making love to her when they went over and they found him stabbing her in the back, because after all, that's making love. In today's society, that's making love, man. When you stick the knife in and you pull it out, you stick it in and you pull it out. They think of it a lot like sex, you know. In, out, yeah. So he was making love to her with a knife, and he was just going in and out. Okay? I know that's crazy, and I probably shouldn't say stuff like that, but I'm telling you what. With your people's mindsets, when they can shove this stuff and it just keeps happening over and over and over again, and you don't want to get it. And the other thing I see wrong with this report is, like I said, one-sidedness. But then here's this neighbor saying how, well, he's abused over and over again, but what do I see here? Okay? Why is she with him? This is 2010. If he was everything that they're claiming he is, why is she still with him? Why did this happen? Shouldn't she lost him 2 years ago? I would seem to think so myself. According to them reports, 2008, and she's still with him in 2010. That means she went back to him. That's right, that means she went back to him. How can I feel sorry for her? I can't. She had to have the bad boy. She got her bad boy. She got what she wanted when she decided she could have the bad boy. She could now change him and manipulate him and play the game and have drama. Because that's what y'all like in today's world, isn't it? Your drama. And he had enough of the drama. Now, whether she was a control freak or he was the control freak, it does not matter. Because neither one of you pieces, don't matter who you are, if you're a man or a woman, pretty much in today's society, you haven't the first clue of what the fuck you're doing. You all want to be above somebody else, both genders. You all want to control somebody else, both genders. That's right. The women want to chase after the bad boy because they don't want the nice guy, because they don't want somebody that's going to love them for who they are, respect them. They want a challenge. They want to fight. That's right. They want a challenge. They want to fight. They want drama, because that's love. That's the reason I can say, well, when the neighbor went over, whoever this guy was, when he ran over there and he rescued her, and he got cut in his arm because he rescued her, okay? Well, it's because he was making love to her. Because she kept going back to him, didn't she? Doesn't that make her just a thought? Yes, it does. Because she knew what he was going to do already. She knew about it. She knew when she opened her mouth and started drama and the fight began that he wasn't the pussy whip, but he was the bad boy. So he fucked her up. And she uses that to her advantage, see? Because now she got hurt by him because she started it. And he hit her. You know, she probably hit him too, you know. But they won't report that part. Because they're only going to report one side of the story. Because they don't tell you it took two people to fight. They don't tell you what happened, what started it, or what led him to do it. They never do. Never do. They don't tell what leads the person to do it. They paint it out so that only one person is on the wrong. And the other person is an angel. And that's exactly what they've done here. Think about it. Watch the news report. Make your comments and opinions. And look underneath the video and the more. The next video, you have a good one.
I hope you get charged for attempted murder. I hope you never get out for what you did.
A victim is outraged that the man who stabbed him only faces assault charges. News Channel 8's Carrie Gavin is talking with the victim today.
She is live, and Carrie, he thinks the suspect should face a more serious charge.
That's right. Casey Ablett says Ryan Bourdon didn't just plan to assault his wife when he began stabbing her in this apartment building behind me. He wanted to kill her.
My brother heard a whole bunch of screaming and pounding, so we went over there, and Ryan was on top of Rebekah, stabbed.
Casey Ablett and his brother went to help their neighbor and found themselves in the middle of a violent domestic dispute. 25-year-old Ryan Bourdon was stabbing his wife Rebekah in the back over and over again.
And so I tackled him, tried to get the knife away. By the time I did that, he stabbed me in my arm, cut 3 veins in an artery.
Bourdon stabbed Casey and his brother several times before Casey was able to disarm him.
And he told the cops that he's lucky that the neighbors came over because he wanted to kill her.
Ablett says this isn't the first time Bourdon has abused his wife.
He used to beat her, put her in the hospital. He has prior domestic abuses.
Court records show that Rebekah filed for 2 protective orders against her husband in 2008. Ablett says Rebekah is in the process of filing for a divorce, and Bourdon threatened to hurt her several times before he actually did.
He asked me it was premeditated because he was walking around all that morning with the knife in his pocket. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he wanted to do.
Rebekah suffered 8 stab wounds to her back, and both of her lungs were punctured. Ablett says he doesn't understand why a man with a violent past who told police he wanted to kill his wife only faces 3 charges of willful injury.
I think that he should get charged at least attempted murder for trying to kill his wife. He has past history of doing it, so why would he stop now?
We talked to the Polk County attorney. He said he could not comment on this case, but as with every case, they just talk with the police department and then decide what the charges will be. Again, Bourdon faces 3 felony charges, all of willful injury, which carry a maximum prison term of 10 years.
And Carrie, I understand this couple has a little girl who was there when this all happened yesterday. Was she injured at all?
Well, thankfully, she was not, Cynthia. Right now, she is staying with relatives until her mom gets out of the hospital. Ablett tells me that should be in about a week or so.